Hi, you. Hey, you pups. What are you pups up to? Huh? What are you pups up to? Are you pupping? Yeah, you're pupping. You're pupping. Ah! Jeez. So the bad thing about not being on a trail is, well, one, you should never go off trail because you could get lost and destroy habitat, disturb wildlife. But also, the ground is very uneven and there are a lot of holes left by old stumps, just depressions in the ground in general. Now they're covered by leaf litter, so you put your foot down, goes down farther than you expect, you trip, you roll an ankle. Look at all these cool rocks. Easy to hurt yourself. Oh, yesterday we were in these woods and I saw a really big white quartz, like the size of my fist. It was so white, it looked like a clump of ice. No, it wasn't in these woods. It was in the woods right next to the house. I'll take a picture of it sometime. The positive about being on the trail is it's even. Oh. Wind. A little bit windy. I'm a little bit underdressed for this weather. I'm kind of cold. My hands are cold, my ears are cold, my face is cold. I'm wearing a t-shirt under a denim jacket, actually. Hi, it's me. See? T-shirt, denim jacket. I was wearing a sweater, but I took the sweater off. It was like, oh, hiking with the dogs. Gonna build up some heat and a sweat. So, just the jacket will be fine. But, no, wrong about that. It's cold. Dad was in that little pool of water down there. Because, dogs don't feel cold. Which is a lesson I learned from Leo. They can't feel cold. They don't know what that is. They're very sensitive to heat. But cold? Never. Never seen a healthy adult dog be cold. Ever in my life. What I have seen is Leonora break through ice on a frozen pond because she just wanted to swim on a January day and be totally cool with that. I've seen Dasher comparatively less fur than both Leo and Yadkin, and I've seen her just lay her naked belly right in the snow. She'll just lay in the snow and roll in the snow and just be in the snow. She doesn't care. Even when she was a puppy, and she did get cold sometimes as a puppy, when we were camping, she is a little cuddle dog, and when she was little, she would want to sleep right in my sleeping bag because she preferred to be touching me at all times. But inevitably, she would get hot in the sleeping bag in like an hour or so. So she would crawl so that like half of her body is hanging out of the sleeping bag, and she'd be holding the sleeping bag open, so it was no longer performing the function of keeping me warm and a cozy burrito because she was holding it open because she would get hot because she's a dog. Hey, are you a dog? Yes, you are. And they don't feel cold. They don't feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my fingers, and my nose, and in my ears. And sometimes in the back of my throat when I breathe. Today started out gray and rainy, and then by afternoon, early midday, it became like a, quintessential winter day. We've got like pale sunlight, but a clear blue sky, no clouds, zero humidity, It's kind of nice. It's pretty. The winter skies. They're always very blue. And sometimes the sunlight is super bright. No cloud cover. No leaves from the trees to block it. If there's snow, it reflects off the snow. But, yeah. It's cold, though. It's getting colder. It's cold and getting colder. Sometimes I don't even want to take the dogs out because it's cold. Which is funny because cold is exactly the weather they most want to hike in. Actually, I prefer to hike in cold than heat too. You can go further without water and you're less sweaty. And they're the same. They're sensitive to heat. So when it's cold, with a lot of energy, they want to run around and frolic. And I think before I went to grad school, I think the peak of my hiking, when I worked at the Wildlife Resources Commission, when I first lived in Raleigh, before I went to Virginia, came back, Leo and I tearing up the trails daily. And I learned really quickly that winter hiking is where it's at because, it's not hot. You don't get hot and tired. You get hot faster than your muscles ever wear out. You get thirsty. You have to carry water. And spring and summer, there's so many more people on the trails. And in the winter, less people. I remember one time Leo and I went for a great hike, Falls Lake, right after it had snowed. So there's all this fresh snow and ice on the trail. She left her paw prints in it. It was really pretty. I took some nice pictures that day. But it was a little treacherous because it's just, it's ground, it's forest floor. So all of this, here's a little pool of water in that leaf. Ice, basically. The moral of the story is ice. The mud was ice, the leaves were ice, the snow was also ice. Leo had no problems with this because she's a dog. I had a lot of problems with this, and I was worried I would fall and hurt myself. And yeah. So it wasn't a very long hike, but it was nice because it was just us out there enjoying our personal winter wonderland. I don't know if we'll get much snow this year. I don't know how the El Nino is gonna impact us. And I should, because I've watched enough charts about it. But I really don't know. I think where I live is on a cutoff between flipping. It's hard. When it's really, really cold, there's no precipitation. And when there is precipitation, it's not quite cold enough to turn into snow. It's like we get sleet. We get a lot of sleet and ice storms. So it's just the snow freezes into ice, Or it starts out snowing early in the morning, and then by mid-morning, it's warm enough that the snow turns into rain and it melts the snow. And I don't know how much of that is like a geographic difference between living in Durham versus Raleigh, or is this like climate change, like the climate being different between me living in Raleigh in 2015, 2016, I left spring of 2017, and then living in Durham now, starting 2019, like, it would snow pretty reliably, at least once or twice a year. And it wouldn't be like several feet of snow, but it would be enough snow to build a snowman. And it would be enough snow to shut down the city. And since I lived in Durham, we haven't had many, we've had like dustings at best. But we've also had record cold last year around Christmas that it was so bad that Duke Energy was overwhelmed and there were blackouts that winter. So it is getting very cold. It's just we're not getting snow. We're not getting precipitation at the same time. We're getting ice storms. We're not getting snow. Well, maybe it's just bad luck. Who knows? Anyway, I'm hoping we get snow this year because I love snow. And I feel like if it's going to be freezing, you might as well have some snow for some fun. Otherwise, it's just cold for no reason. And if it does snow, then I'm definitely going to make a priority to do a snow hike with the dogs, whether I fall and bust my ass or not. So some snow boots would be nice for Christmas. Good traction, and I guess water resistance and warm, hallmark of snow boots. Good dogs. Birds out there. Dogs down here. I like these woods a lot. So, anybody who's curious, mom, grandma, you can look and see how they've changed. I think I got videos from February. I guess February wouldn't be too different from right now. Maybe more frog noises. Maybe. Probably. But definitely spring and summer to now. Different it is. I like that about nature. There's aspects of it that are very unchanging, very fixed, and aspects of it that are always changing, always in cycle. Like trees fall every year. There's a big storm, more fall. Over time, that big giant log you're used to seeing slowly decomposes. One year there's a flock of starlings. Next year it's a flock of cedar waxwings in that patch. It changes with the seasons. And I like that. There are parts of it that are the same. Landmarks, features, cyclical changes that happen every year. So it's like a sense of comfort, but also a constant newness. There's always like a new thing to see or explore, experience. It's nice. Anyway. Yesterday, I think I was on the phone with Mom, and I was talking about this trail, how it links up to the colony. And there's a video of the first time I tried to, well, not the first time I found it, maybe the second time, and I got lost trying to find my way to that again. Couldn't do it. Couldn't find it. That's a funny video, but I do it pretty reliably now. Anyway, point is, yesterday I was like, do I want to stay in the woods, or do I want to walk through the woods trail, then come out in the colony, walk back home through the neighborhood. And yesterday I walked back home through the neighborhood. Today, I think I'll just stay in the woods. So I'm gonna walk all the way through the woods trail to and then come back through the woods trail. And that would be fun. Alright, good dogs. I feel like this gets lower every year. I think if I do that, I'll probably end up getting out of the woods at dusk, which is fine. As long as there's enough light to see to keep me from tripping, then it's fine. Oof, it's already 17 minutes. Yeah, I think I'll end it here. In conclusion, it's cold outside. I feel cold, though I do feel warmer now because I've been walking. So my decision to not bother with the sweater, because I would be hiking, is correct. Because if I was still wearing the sweater, I would be sweating by now. And the sweat chills and you get cold. And that's why you need moisture wicking base layers. But that's another conversation. The point is, as long as I keep moving, I stay warm, at least in my torso. My ears are still super cold. My fingers are less cold, which is interesting. Except my ears are very cold, my face is cold. This is the part where the woods get like kind of dark. The trees are closer together. Curves away from the road, so you don't hear the distant road noise. I can always tell the difference in the light any time of year, summer, winter. This part of the woods just feels so different. I mean, it is different. Still, I am going to cut this. Look at these spikes. Look at this dead tree. Look at that dead tree. So many dead trees. Okay, we're at 20 minutes now. I think I'll cut it for real. Bye-bye, puppies. Bye-bye, Winter Woods. I'll be here for a long while yet.